this year. Very interesting ones. Disney is number one. Boy, and it's been upset lately. Worst performer, I believe, out of the Dow in 2021. Why is it going to have a better 2022?
Yeah, so we think that Disney is just an incredibly unique company. They've managed to grow the Disney Plus business with 118 million subscribers, looking to get to 260 million subscribers over the next couple of years. But this isn't just a story about Disney Plus. This is a story about the entire Disney ecosystem and how they're able to uniquely engage with their customer base on so many different levels, whether it's through the parks, whether it's through their licensing business, whether it's through movies in the movie theater, and then through Disney Plus and through ESPN. So we think this company just has a lot to give. It's been under a lot of pressure over the last year, but we think things are setting up well for it to do better in 2022, particularly as the economy, global economy, hopefully reopens and parks continue to do well and gain some strength here.
Yeah, well, we hope so too. Favorite of Jim Cramer as well. As he's documented over the last couple of months, buying that stock as it's come down for his charitable trust as part of the investment club. Boeing was a Farmer Jim name. Interesting here that it's one of yours too, along with Booking. Can you tell me about either one of those, Boeing or Booking? I mean, because, Boeing's had its issues too.
Boeing has had issues, but I think in this market, if you're looking for a place to buy something that hasn't worked and that is likely to do better in 2022 and perhaps be one of the better performing stocks in 2022, I think you could look towards companies with exposure to travel resumption. Booking and Boeing both fall into that category, but with Boeing in particular, the company has had its challenges over the last few years, but we think resolution to some of those challenges could end up being a catalyst here in 2022. In particular, if 767 MAX are reinstated in China, that could be a real game changer. China's an important part of the aviation market. It's estimated to make up about 10% of volume over the next decade or so within the aviation business. And then secondly, the 787 production problems we think should also be resolved this year, and that should be also a catalyst here. And lastly, just the resumption of air travel, which we think there has been domestic air travel picked up, but the international travel just has not been as strong. And we think if we can move past the pandemic, that we will see a significant pickup, as I think there is a lot of pent up demand for both business and leisure travel.
We've, through the course of this week, we've heard a lot about energy, which was the best performing sector of last year. And people think it's still going to be great this year. It's been a top pick among our gang. Financials have been certainly on the list, too. And so has healthcare, which is your best sector pick for the year. Give me a quickie on why healthcare.
Yeah, so healthcare did not, especially parts of healthcare, did not perform very well at all this past year. And we think there are a lot of good, high quality companies within this group that really are poised to perform better next year, particularly if we get this overhang of drug pricing out of the way. I think once we get past the Build Back Better bill, if we look beyond that to the midterm elections, we should have a scenario, I think, where the Democrats do lose their majority in Congress. And that will mean that we'll have 2 years where we likely won't have to worry as much about what might be coming down the pike in terms of drug pricing limitations. So we think this sector is poised to do better in 2022.
Okay. Sarat, just quickly, you also own Disney. Does your outlook match Brenda's?
Absolutely. I think it's a high quality company. It's in my top 10. I've been buying more of it. I think, the stock has sold off just as we've kind of shut down again. And I think the opportunity there, similar to the Comcast, I think the sum of the parts is worth a lot. And there's a lot of synergy within Disney as well. One other thing, I agree. My second pick in sectors would have been healthcare too. Brenda's absolutely right. Big pharma has really not performed. So.
All right, good stuff. We're going to finish out the Stock Summit this week. Tomorrow, Pete Najarian, Shannon Sakosha, Richard Saperstein, one of America's top-rated financial advisors. We're looking forward to our wrap-up tomorrow, the best ideas from the investment committee for 2022. Up next, we have to talk about Bitcoin and other cryptos. They are sliding and sliding hard. Take a look at Bitcoin there, 43, barely holding on to 43. That after those hawkish Fed minutes. We're going to talk about that next, how to trade it.